All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Nay 19 podcast. Tonight, we're doing another Fiasco playthrough. Woo woo. We got Jonathan, Christy Lee, Charlie. I'm James Swain. So tonight, we are doing Salem 1690 deuce. 1692.
Drop the deuce.
I was just trying it out. All right, let's read the little intro here. After the new year dawned on 1692. Sorry. After the new year dawned on 1692, strange afflictions have beset many of the young girls in Salem. Thought to be the precious nonsense of children, they now suffer episodes of violence and terrifying abuse at the hands of unseen forces. Their forbidden games have brought this onslaught, and they have learned them at the hands of their very neighbors and servants. 1692 will be a year of misery and death for all of Salem Village.
$1692. Gotta get it into the period setting here.
What is the
general gist?
What would it look like? Transportation and
Horse and buggy.
and carriage.
Horse and carriage.
Okay.
But even that would probably only be for the esteemed members. Really?
Really? What about like weaponry, muskets, black powder?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, weaponry
single
would be
shot.
okay,
Yeah,
you know.
muskets, yeah.
Muskets?
Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, flintlocks.
Hatchets.
Also, the witch trials began in March. If anyone.
Wanted to play on
Fun
that.
fact. I remembered that because it was Bridget was like the chick's
Yeah.
name. Can't remember her last name.
I'm going to set the scene here.
All right.
So it's a cold March morning. It's one of those cold mornings where the sun's shining. It's like super clear blue skies, but it's snow on the ground. It's still freezing out. Atticus Peck, that's my character I'll be playing tonight, is crunching through the snow to the schoolhouse. And you can see the smoke rising out of the chimney stack of the schoolhouse. And he cracks open the door, and it's early. None of the other students are there yet. Mrs. Porter, his teacher, told him to get to school early that day. Hey, Mrs. Porter. How you doing How you doing? It's pretty cold out there.
I'm well, young Atticus. You've not grown accustomed to the winters here yet?
No. I mean, it's much warmer down south, but I mean, I'm getting used to it.
Well, never fear. Spring is on the horizon. Get in, get warm.
Yeah, and Atticus walks over by the fireplace and sits down. So you said you had something to show me.
Ah, yes. And Agatha will walk over to a bookshelf full of well-worn books, and the most worn of them all she pulls from the shelf and kind of tosses it into Atticus's lap.
He blows off some of the dust. He's looking at it, and on the cover, it's just a human skull. A picture of a human skull. Miss Porter, what is this?
Does it scare you, Atticus?
Does this have to do with anything that's going on with the children around town? I mean, this looks like witchcraft.
I know nothing of what's happening with the children around town. This is something separate altogether.
We shouldn't be looking at something like this, you know. They could string us up.
I agree. I found it in the old Putnam Library.
Oh, the Putnams. Yeah, I never liked that Emmanuel, huh?
A snake.
Snack.
It's a snack.
Dirty
Delicious
snack.
little snack.
He flips open the first page of the book.
Ooh, should we vote now?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so bad.
Yeah, it's gonna go bad.
Okay, as he flips it open, all the windows in the building blow open, and a huge gust of cold wind comes in. So there's like a evil. If there's music, it's like the real eerie. And then the door opens, and we see in the doorway like a spectral form. And
Ooh,
then
she's getting
I know,
supernatural
this
quick
got
up in
fucking
here.
hot fast.
you see a spectral form, and then it quickly disappears. Did you really see it, or was it just, I don't know, was it really there? And the scene ends with Atticus and Mrs. Porter staring at each other.
How old's Atticus?
Oh, he was probably like 17.
Okay. It's a young man.
That's what I was thinking. Atticus Peck. Out of my way, Peck.
I was thinking of Agatha close to my age, 30 to 35-ish.
Yeah. I was going to put a manual in the doorway, but I didn't want to speed things along too fast. Or make
What are you doing with my book, motherfuckers? Because that's probably how that would have went. I'm not there yet.
So it's my turn. Oh, I'm nervous and sweaty.
Yeah, I just went
I
for
need
it this
another
time.
cider. Yeah, I wasn't going to be evil. I sound like a bitch.
Yeah,
Not my
you sound
intention.
wicked
That's what
evil.
naturally comes out. All right.
You said it.
We're going to go back a week in time here at an auction at the town hall where Emmanuel Putnam and Agatha Porter are in a bidding war for the property atop Witch Hill.
Ooh.
So the auctioneer.
Can you do a really good auctioneer?
Can't you?
Can I get it? 13.
Whoa, dude. It's like the 1600s. $50 for the Putnam family. For the mansion on Witch Hill.
50. I hear 50. Is there a 60?
The auction hall is unusually quiet. There's not a lot of people there, and even of the few people there, no one seems to be interested in the property but Mr. Putnam and Miss Porter?
Please, call me Emmanuel.
So yeah, let's start there. So I don't know how money works in this time. Like, what's a lot of money?
Right.
You know?
And are we talking
Fuck,
pounds,
I fucked
British
up.
pounds
Yeah.
or something?
Got
Well, we
myself
can
in over
just,
my head.
convert it to our day and age to make it
Yeah, make it easy.
Oh, wait, it's probably crowns, right?
I've got 3 chickens and a goat. The auction, the bidding concerning the property on Witch Hill comes to an end with Mr. Putnam winning and Agatha walking towards him to confront him about the issue. And what would you need that property for, Mr. Putnam?
Agatha. Always a pleasure to see you. Sorry I had to take that real estate.
Don't play coy, Mr. Putnam. You know I wanted that property for the brewery.
A brewery, you say?
Yes, the second. For my family.
Well, perhaps you'll see it back on the auction house, in a few days here.
If I didn't know any better, you did it just to spite me. That's a lot of money to waste.
Well, of course, any way I can earn some more pounds for the family, I'll take it.
What is your end game here? And this might be the...
Oh, the vote?
I want to know why you bought the property.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess vote.
Come on now. There's got to be a reason I want it.
Well, if you must know, my family was thinking about renovating that old dump and maybe turning it into a school.
Old? It's fucking colony 1692. How fucking old is it?
I don't know, it's on Witch Hill. Why is it on Witch Hill? Gotta be fucking old.
That's okay. It could be like a shitty old hunting cabin or something, you know. You're right. Sorry.
Well, it's old to me, Agatha. You know how we roll.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. And there's no way I can persuade you to sell the property to me.
Oh, I could think of a few ways, but maybe if you'll agree to meet me for dinner later, we can discuss matters in a little more quiet environment.
Well, what are you renovating the property for?
I told you, we are unhappy with the current school system in this settlement. We'll be starting our own educational facility.
I'm sure you are. And Agatha will walk away, wondering what the intentions of the school is.
8 o'clock, dinner, remember.
Yes, sure, I'll be there. Wear your finest attire, Emmanuel.
Always do.
She stuffs a loaded pistol in her back pocket. Yeah. Oh shit.
The school is a good one because church and school back then was so intertwined, and there were Puritans and Catholics, and you know, they did not fucking like each other. So you might have a Puritan agenda or some dark or a Catholic. We didn't like Catholics.
Right. I think Catholics
We didn't
would
like
probably be
Catholics.
in the minority.
Yes.
Here. Maybe even be illegal. Boy, we really need to learn history.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's Catholics. We're not super stupid.
Remember in this intro, there's children that are suffering episodes of violence and terrifying abuse at the hands of unseen forces.
Ooh, so a school year? You weren't even paying attention. You're spot on.
Their forbidden games have brought this onslaught, and they have learned them at the hands of their very
And I
neighbors
found a
and servants.
grimoire in your library.
She's like setting you up already.
And when we opened the grimoire, we saw like some kind of unseen servant.
That was my grandmother. Excuse her, Grandma. Come home at once.
Gretchen Putnam.
Okay, it's my turn.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. What's your name? Andy Flanagan?
Yep. I mean, Andrew, if you're being formal.
Yeah. Which I would be. Okay, so what would be the authorities in this time? Sheriff?
Constable.
Dude, that's a good one.
Constable? I guess this scene is going to include, let's bring Andrew Flanagan into the picture. This scene will consist, the location will be the constable's office.
Oh, we were cellmates
What
at one
time of
point.
day?
Yep.
Oh, you were cellmates.
You don't
At
have
one
to worry
point.
about it. You don't have to worry
yeah.
about him, though, necessarily.
Yeah, because you're already out because you talked to her in the morning.
Well, it depends when you put this in the timeline. You could.
Yeah, cellmates could have been a while ago, and it could have just
Right.
been like you got drunk tanked for the night. Doesn't mean you're a criminal or anything.
Okay.
Just means I put it to him for a little bit.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna vote bad for you on that one.
I guess the scene will take place after Emmanuel posts bail on Andrew Flanagan.
So we'd be coming out of the jail.
The cage, I guess. I don't know, kind of a jail system they would have, but the door of the jail opens. Ah, Andrew. It's good to see you well, my friend.
I pull my hat down off my head as a show of respect. Mr. Putnam, sir. I sure am grateful for the bailout.
Nice.
Yes, of course. Yes. Are you hungry?
Famished. Absolutely famished, sir.
Wonderful. Well, let's take our leave then. Constable?
Aye, and I'm sure you'll make it up to me.
Get this
and I'm
stinking
sure-
piece of shit out of here.
Aye, and I swear I'll make it up to you, sir.
After bidding the constable adieu, I apologize, Andrew, if we've placed you in an uncomfortable position.
No need for apologies. I'm used to these uncomfortable positions, as you say.
Well,
Kind of reminds me of home.
yeah, times certainly have changed since we were children, have they not?
You bring up a dark cloud from our past.
Well, can't help it. All these strange occurrences that have been happening around the settlement.
Andrew quickly glances around and hushes his voice. But you know, we just did some stupid nursery poems. Ain't got nothing what's going on around here.
Oh, yes, of course, Andrew. I wouldn't have suspected as much.
You did tuck that evil book away, didn't you?
Yes, I believe it is safe and sound in the family library.
Ah, good. Does not belong in the hands of men.
Or women.
I'm trying to think of what I want in this scene. Andrew, I recently secured property up on Witch Hill. I was wondering if you could do my family a favor once more.
But of course.
And you know I will always try to take care of you.
Yes, you've been quite kind, sir.
Well, to be honest, I kind of feel I owe as much to you.
You don't need to be bringing that up either. We do what we do.
I was wondering if you can just go up and just kind of clean the place up and keep an eye out. Procuring the property wasn't easy. Agatha Porter may have gotten a bit upset in the whole ordeal, and I worry about vandalism.
Those dirty porters. No doubt her brothers will be showing up. I'll keep them at bay.
You guys want to vote? I guess that's what I want. I want them to...
Bad.
Good?
Good. Okay. You got good.
So he agrees?
I appreciate it, Andrew. Once again, your loyalty to the Putnam family is unwavering, to say the least.
I hate to ask, Mr. Putnam, but you see, the constable confiscated my firearm. Would it be, perhaps, that I could be given one to bring with me to guard the old place?
I wouldn't have it any other way. And, was this good or bad?
This was good.
Good.
It was good. Yeah, I suppose, I don't know how else to spin this. If it was bad, I'd give you mine.
Well, I thought if it was good, he'd agree to take care of the state for you.
Yeah, okay, I guess so. Yeah, all right.
That's what I assumed.
Of
was
course.
happening.
And Emmanuel will hand Andrew a Saturday night special.
The 1692 version of the
Yeah.
Yep. Andy tips his hat once again, takes the weapon and kind of jaunts off.
All right, and the scene ends.
Nice. This is going great.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I was in that one, so I kind of lost track.
I know. So that happened to me last time.
All right. This scene is going to take place at a pub, and it's going to be between Andy and Atticus.
Atticus Peck.
We're going to be sitting side by side at the bar. It'll be late at night.
This is after everything we've already seen.
Yeah, this is afterward.
Okay.
It opens up with Andy kind of bragging a little bit. And then those dirty porter boys showed up, but I scared them off. Gave them a good fright. Now I got my boys up there taking a shift while I unwind a little bit.
Oh, Mr. Flanagan, I think you need to watch out for that Emmanuel Putnam. He's no good. I don't know if I would do any work for him.
Let me tell you something. The Putnams and me, we go back quite a long time. He's a good feller.
Oh no, there's something I really want to tell you about, Andy. I mean, you've always kind of looked out for me, right?
Absolutely. Ever since I pulled that brawny bastard off you in the clink.
Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Almost got your poke buggered.
Why do you
choking on my own spit?
Why do you always gotta remind me about that?
Just fun and games, kid.
And as he says that, you notice his eyes kind of flare like a little red. But Mr. Flanagan, there's something that I need to tell somebody about. And
Everybody already knows, son. You've got the huts for that Putnam woman.
God damn it! We should stop joshing at me.
Having a laugh.
Listen, we found Mrs. Porter found this strange book with skulls on it, and I think it might have something to do with what's going on around this town with these kids. And
for a brief instant, Andy's eyes kind of like look nervous, but he quickly regathers his composure. Actually, let's yeah. So you hadn't necessarily you didn't see the look on his face because you're lost in your narrative.
yeah,
But the audience, the camera, you see the look of brief concern come over Andy's face. A book, you say?
and yeah, it's just I just feel since he looks a little white and clammy.
Well, I didn't even know you were illiterate.
I can read. Just since I've looked at this thing, I've just been having these thoughts, and I don't know. I think maybe I might have something to do with some of those missing kids.
Now, you keep hush, lad. He looks around. You know what you need to do, right? You need to get these thoughts out of your little head. You need to take that book and you need to bury it. And I know just the place.
We just voted at the same time.
I was waiting for
So you get a vote too.
Oh,
waiting for what he wanted.
I guess I'm gonna say bad.
Yeah, that book stayed in circulation.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Well, bury it. I mean, I guess we could do something like that. I know where it is.
For God's sakes, think of the children.
Well, it was Mr. Putnam's book to begin with, so I think he brought all this down on the town.
Don't you be talking like that. They just have a big library of collection of books. Probably never even heard of that book. I tell you what, the next round's on me. If I were you, though, I'd bury that book.
Andy, I think I'm done having fun tonight. And Atticus gets up and starts to leave.
Suit yourself, lad. And Andy just raises his glass, takes a
Fuck
long
you,
drink.
Andy.
And see.
Keeps it, but he
Okay,
keeps his
I
eyes.
get it now. The
keeps his
consequence
eyes
will be
on him.
later, not specifically at the other scene. Sorry.
Right. Well.
Yep, I gotcha.
I was trying to play it out like Atticus was just agreeing with him, maybe.
And then knock.
but
Yeah,
he's
it would
not
play
gonna
out
go.
later out of his favor. I get it.
Right.
You could always agree and then do the finger cross behind.
That's a good one.
And only for the audience to see, Atticus crosses his fingers.
Behind his back.
That was one whole round.
Yep.
We've all got to die now.
So we go another round before the tilt. So this is we have one more round of Act 1. And Act 1 is useful for us to get to know the characters, their motives, and to set up what you want
All right.
out of the whole
So
thing.
let's recap Act 1 a little. We had our meeting at the school, the grimoire, which was taken from Putnam's library. Putnam bought a building. Or you have notes?
I do.
Okay, read them all.
So the recap of the first round is, first scene, Atticus and Agatha meet. Agatha presents him with the book that was found in the Putnam library. So we open the book, supernatural things ensue. Then we go on to Mr. Putnam and Miss Porter in the bidding room. She's outbid for the
House
Witch
on
Hill
Witch Hill.
property, yeah. With which, in the next scene, we learn Mr. Putnam wants to start a school. In his scene, he bails Andy out of jail.
Emmanuel's School of the Gifted.
And Emmanuel bails Andy out of jail. Andy agrees to help him renovate the Witch Hill property. And then the scene with you guys in the bar. That's what we've got so far.
He also chased off.
Yes.
Your brothers.
Yeah, good to
or
know that.
supposedly.
Yeah.
He could have
the Porter
also
brothers
been
have
blowing
already
smoke.
been chased off the property. So what hasn't been established is how we have what ties you, what obligates you to me or me to you.
Well, you're
So
the
we could es-
teacher.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the first thing was in like the schoolhouse, which what would have been then in Miss Porter's office, which is probably just like a shitty little room in the back, and that's it. Yeah.
So we're starting round 2.
Yeah.
Starting round 2. I got kind of a crazy idea. I think I'm just going to roll with it for
Run
shit
with
that
it.
comes to my head. Yeah, so in this scene, it's me, Atticus Peck, and Emmanuel Putnam. That's right, look alive. You're in this one.
Fuck.
Stressing me out.
Hey, here we go.
And Atticus is looking more and more haggard. Like his eyes are bloodshot red. His hair is unkempt and stringy. And he's banging on Mr. Putnam's door. Emmanuel Putnam, I know you're in there.
My goodness, what is all this racket? And who?
You got really old there for a minute.
What is all this racket?
Open up.
The door opens.
Yeah, and like I said, you see this scrawny and
Out of my way,
red
Peck.
shot eyes. It's Atticus Peck. And I gotta come clean with you. I've seen the book. You know what book I'm talking about. The grimoire.
I guess Emmanuel would look around to make sure nobody is looking.
Holy fuck, are you betraying me right now?
Come in now. Calm down.
Look at me. It's the thoughts it's been putting in my head. And I'm starting to like them. Emmanuel, do you know anything about this?
Please, come in.
Can you make it stop?
It's cold out. Emmanuel will usher Atticus into his study.
Yeah, you notice he has no jacket on.
Where did you get that book?
I don't want to tell you where I got it. I don't think that's very important. Do you know how to stop these voices it's putting in my head?
Sadly, I could only help you if I knew who is setting you up. That book was locked away in my family library.
What was it?
I was going to say, let him keep the book.
Oh.
Like, encourage him to keep it, and then we could blame him.
What, do you have the book with
You're
you?
a patsy.
Oh, do I have the book?
No,
Yeah.
Agatha didn't give you the book.
Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
She didn't give it to me, Mr. Putnam.
Well, that is unfortunate.
We're voting on your story, right?
Right. But I
Okay.
said she. I haven't told you the name yet, but that might tip you off as to who it is.
Well, that is most unfortunate, child. Sadly, the only way I could help you is if I know who was behind this theft.
It was Mrs. Porter.
Well, that was easy.
What the fuck?
Do we, yeah, what are we? Should
I'm
we be
going
voting?
down.
Voting down for
You're
me?
failing.
Yeah, I'll vote down too. So that
Okay. It was Mrs. Porter. She stole it from your library. I don't think she knows that. I swear to you, Emmanuel, it's Lucifer himself talking to me through the book.
All right, calm down, lad. It is true, the book is vile, which is why it was safely locked away in my family's library. Now, whoever stole this book is now responsible for the evil that is spilled into our village.
It's her fault then.
Sadly, there is only one way forward. You must kill.
Kill Agatha? Are you sure?
At least steal the book back.
Well, can I have a gun?
he's just giving guns
Don't
out.
have any more
He's
guns.
giving guns to everybody.
Don't have any more guns, lad. You must at least steal the book back, where we can safely return it to its holding.
I think maybe the scene ends and Emmanuel puts his arm around young Atticus's shoulder, and he is sitting him down in a chair by the fire.
Sorry, I didn't mean to intervene. That was dumb. I shouldn't have intervened.
It's good. Throw out ideas, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
but
what's
still.
strange is I did it this time too, and normally I can resist it very easily, but for whatever
Yeah.
reason I was like, this maybe
Must be the
because I think
couches.
it's really good though is what is happening. I think this is
The
like
couch just brings it out.
yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
casual play. So it's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
Oh, right. Yeah, you should feel bad. See, that's how good it is. You actually feel bad in real life. You betrayed me. All right.
Atticus is young, you know?
All right, so Atticus.
Satan's talking to him and
Folds
shit.
pretty quick under
He's
pressure.
scared too.
Betrays
Yeah.
The fear of Satan
his
in him.
Teacher. I want to write this down in case we do decide to do the recap of Act 1, because I think that's a really good idea
Yeah.
to add to recordings.
We would do it at the beginning of Act 2 then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
because that
So
would
in
be our
that
previous.
scene, Atticus betrays his teacher, Agatha.
You were going to go to dinner with him.
Oh no, that was she's not showing up for dinner. That was why she
No?
made the wear
Yeah.
your finest attire, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
like
Emmanuel
show up and look
expected
like
it.
a dickhead.
I think
you
it was
know?
more so like a condescending, like
I
a.
think it's a mind play sort of. That's how I perceived it as like a.
Yeah, we're feuding. We're
Yeah.
rivals.
Yeah.
It's a psychological fucking game.
ordering pizzas. And
But
having
even
them
that,
delivered.
even we could go to dinner and still
Yeah,
have
we
a
could go to dinner
psychological
and
fucking
still
game
We
going.
could be like sick ass people.
yeah.
I think it would be a fun scene where
What's
you're
super
like,
fucked up is neither of us are involved with witchcraft. One's just a Puritan and one's a Catholic. We're the worst people in town. All right, so my scene is going to start at the end of Sweeney's scene with the appearance of the spectral image. Atticus sees the spectral image and looks to Agatha, who seems surprisingly calm, whilst still pacing the room as he sits with the grimoire in front of him. I have always wondered why they seem to succeed at everything. And now we know why, Atticus. It is this book. This book is what gives them that power.
he quickly shuts the book and pushes it back towards Agatha. That book is evil.
You're right, Atticus. And what must we do in the face of evil.
Well, like you've always said, we've got to stand up to it.
We do, Atticus, don't we? And she's going to grab his chin and pull his face close to hers.
Don't fucking touch me like that.
Suppose that.
I was letting the tension build.
I'm
Just kinda
sorry.
Broke it.
I know.
I'm voting up.
Oh,
Just
is
gonna
this
go
a
good
vote
for it.
here?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a good point. Because what I'm trying to do is convince you to spy on...
On.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote down. He.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking.
Oh,
it's
you're
up
the...
to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to be a flavor text with background about the Putnam and Porter families, but I kept losing it.
It's all right. I'm gonna go down.
Ooh, double bad.
Which makes sense because he ends up talking to Andy instead of... All right.
You know, I just don't think I have it in me to do something like that.
All I'm asking is that you spy on the Putnam family. It would be easy.
I mean, I can try.
That trying is not enough. You are useless to me. Leave.
Wow.
But-
Shit.
Mrs. Porter, please.
I'll have to find somebody
that thing
else.
is out there.
Leave, Atticus, and if you can, forget everything you've seen here.
Takes one last look back at the grimoire.
And he just sees Agatha coldly looking towards the corner of the room. Not at him. Her back.
Ice.
Does the scene end there?
Yep. My goal was to get him to spy on the Putnam family, and he seemed too weak for Agatha
Wow,
to move
I think
forward.
Emmanuel might be the hero in the story.
Thank God those other scenes didn't work out,
you were
because
the
that was a
bad
good
guy.
I thought so
scene.
too.
That added some flavor.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow, now I gotta start changing my whole
Which makes
fucking-
sense, because in the chain of events, you guys meeting at the pub would have been after our meeting. Which actually, you might end up being the true hero, because you're resisting everybody's shit.
Except for I'm succumbing to fucking Satan.
Yeah, there's that.
And I might be like,
yeah, but maybe
murdering
you'll
children.
like burn the book or something, or
All right. Where can I take this?
so who's
out?
up?
I know I really struggled with that. I apologize again.
It could be tough.
It's Emmanuel now?
Yeah, it's
Putnam?
on me, Manuel Putnam.
What's he look like anyways? I didn't really get a description of him.
I didn't describe Agatha.
I didn't really.
I'm picturing he's always in a fancy outfit, maybe a frilled. What do you call that? Frill. It's not
On
a
your
tie.
chest?
It's not a tie,
Uh,
but it's
An
a
ascot?
frill.
Now I'm picturing what's his name from
Cravat?
Deadwood.
A cravat?
Is that what it
There.
is?
I think so. Like what Austin Powers wears.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
picturing.
think so.
Doesn't the mayor in Deadwood wear one of those?
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Farnham.
Farnham. Yeah. I know you
EB.
like Farnham.
EB.
Farnham.
An ascot.
I do love EB.
He's always dabbing his head with it.
His hair's
I like EB's little minion. That he
Oh,
always
yeah.
fucking, he's like praying to the antlers on the wall and shit.
yeah. EB Farnham's awesome. Love it when he's fucking scrubbing the blood stain off the floor and he's just bitching.
Yeah.
Goes on a 20-minute fucking bitch rant. Okay, let's take this off the rails for a bit.
Where are we going?
I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try to figure out what I want before painting the scene.
Ooh, there you go.
This way I can, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. This is harder than I thought it would be.
The flavor scene was way harder than I thought it seemed pointless.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I've been just getting
What
an
I want.
idea and then just running with it and see where the scene goes.
Yeah.
But having a goal would be nice. Like, if I was like, okay, this
That's-
is what I want in this scene.
Right, and then you could kind of work towards it, and then the vote will come.
Right.
And I think,
Right. And that's
getting
where
into that-
having like motive for your characters.
Yep.
Right.
Good idea.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually starting to make a little more sense to me now. What do I want from this scene? I want Agatha to be in it. And Flex being called on.
Called upon.
This is a game where when it's my turn, I'm like, fuck. What do I want from Agatha?
You want Agatha to stop prodding in your business.
She's got your book, man.
Oh, yeah, there's that, too.
Right. Okay. I think I know where I'm going with it. I just gotta figure out what I want in this scene.
Where's the young Atticus Peck? I just want to say the young Atticus Peck.
Yeah. Feels good, doesn't
It
it?
does, actually.
Feels good to be young.
Okay. I think I got it. Okay, I'm gonna set the scene here. The actors will be Emmanuel Putnam, and Agatha Porter, and we're gonna be at dinner.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker.
Ma'am, lady, can I get you something to drink? A fine red wine?
I don't know. I'm picturing it'll be at an inn, I think. You know, probably spitting out buckshot or something out of our meat. But there will be a bottle of a fine wine that Emmanuel brought from his wine cellar. I'm glad that you decided to come, Agatha. I didn't think you would.
Oh, how could I miss the opportunity? And as she says that, she reaches down and picks up a large bottle of ale from her family's distillery and pours herself a glass and sets it on the table and refuses your wine.
Emmanuel will set the bottle of wine aside like a gentleman and tip his empty glass towards Agatha.
Nodding, she pours him a glass as well.
He swishes it. Your family has always brewed exquisite ale.
And your family has always been in the way of that.
Come, let's set aside our petty differences on this night. Let's just enjoy each other's company for just a time.
Petty differences?
Oh, well, you know that my actions haven't directly crossed your family. It's just family against family, right? We aren't exactly involved directly.
I believe your family is involved directly in many things, Mr. Putnam.
Well, yes, my family, but myself. Anyway, I was visited earlier by a troubled lad. You know him, a student of yours.
This where we're voting?
You can vote any.
Well, I'm going to vote good for Mr. Putnam.
Do you know anything about it?
Yes, young Atticus.
The boy looked disheveled. The Peck child looked...
Help me, Mr. Putnam. You're my only hope.
The Peck child seemed disheveled. Do you know anything about that, Agatha?
Agatha will sigh and say, yes. The Peck boy has always shown signs of...
Dishevelment. And it has now come to pass.
He is now disheveled. No, Agatha will sigh and say, yes. The Peck boy has always seemed troubled.
Oh, yeah. So, not more so as of late?
Not any more than the other children acting odd lately, Mr. Putnam.
Yes, I've been meaning to ask you about that as well. He lowers his voice now. I gave you that book under certain conditions.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what? That just kind of went in one ear and out the other. You gave her the book?
canon now?
You piece of shit.
So wait a minute. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. Because it's got to go your way.
So you're evil again.
You gotta maintain. You guys can spin it.
No, this is great.
You said no more children would be involved. I understand the boy is 17, hardly a child, but...
The squabbles between our families mean nothing. And she reaches across the table and she'll grab Putnam's hand, turn it palm up, and put her palm in his. And he'll feel like a searing and burning sensation.
He'll hold his own. Might flinch a little.
See a little smoke or steam or something coming.
Yes, I have used the book you've given me, and Mr. Putnam's hand will grow hotter.
Ooh, nice casting burning hands.
Mm-hmm.
3d6 damage.
Emmanuel takes it.
Spell resist, half damage.
I don't see why you gave me the book if you plan to fight me with the property on Witch Hill.
The property has nothing to do with our intentions with the book. Or your intentions, your supposed intentions with the book. You had made it clear that you were to put an end to whatever is going on in this vile settlement.
She's going to then grip his wrist tightly. Oh, simple, Emmanuel. That property belongs to me, and I will take it from you. It is not my fault you are so naive to believe that I would help the children of this town. Yes, I am their teacher, but that is just to save face. Yes, people think my brothers run this business, but they do not. I do. And that property will be mine. And she'll stand up and leave the table, giving her intentions to Emmanuel, and in his room, and in the palm of his hand will be a scorched rune.
Like a pentagram? Oh. Demonic symbolisms and shit. Upside down cross.
Emmanuel will gaze upon the rune in his palm angrily, and he'll clench his fist. With his other hand, he'll lift his glass, finish the ale, pick up his bottle of fine wine, and take his leave.
Did I
smash her over the head with it?
it was still kind of cryptic as to what her intentions were, but did I give you enough that felt like a win? I don't know.
We could play with it.
I didn't know how to play it.
Yeah. I mean, I think in general, like, if the vote goes well for a character or player, then maybe, like...
I think it all boils down to, in
Like,
the end anyway,
I think- I was trying to say that I did want the property, trying to reveal that this woman was like a dark thing, but without saying what I wanted the property for. But maybe, I don't know.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're good with it, then that's all that
I think
matters.
it's going well.
All right. I mean, the way I look at it is, however the story evolves, in the end, where all the chips fall is where it comes together. And I got 2 whites.
Sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
So-
just getting darker and darker as this progresses.
This right now is the last round of Act 1. What you're about to do, right?
Yes.
And then the tilt.
And then we'll roll on the tilt, and then we'll wrap up Act 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's very early morning. You see Andrew Flanagan walking down the thoroughfare, his breath visible in the cold weather. The camera shows him from different angles, but in the background you see the names on all the buildings, and you see Putnam Hardware Store, you see Porter Ales and you see their names on various businesses throughout the town. Clearly these two, every now and again you see like a little other name, but it's beside a much nicer building with a Putnam or a Porter name on it. Very clearly, these two families have a lot of influence and a lot of stake in this town. He continues walking, and he walks. You see him walk into a door. The camera raises above the door, and you see the sign that says Putnam Shipping, and you hear the sound of seagulls. As he enters the door, Emmanuel Putnam is kind of going over some books, and Andrew Flanagan takes his hat off. Mr. Putnam, sir.
Ah, Andrew, I was just thinking about you.
Well, everything at the property seems like it's going quite well, but I do have some news for you. You know that thing that we were talking about? The looks left and right. That book. Well, it's made its way out into the public. Apparently, one of those dirty porters got their hands on it.
Well, this isn't good news, is it, Andrew?
And you see, that's what I thought at first too, sir. And forgive me for being so bold. But the young Peck...
That was a good name, huh?
Well, you see, the young Peck, it's been eating him up inside. He has a thing for Miss Porter. And I think he's seen it. He's seen the book. It seems like it was of ill fate, but think about this, sir. Whatever we did, that's many years ago. And whatever's going on now, we could be certain that we could divorce ourselves from the situation. Why, we could perhaps even shine a light on those two. Keep the authorities focused on them, as it were. After all, the young Peck has a history, just as well as I do.
I like the way you think, Andrew. I've been trying to do the same with that Agatha. I was hoping perhaps we could pin whatever's going on in this settlement on her, but you've got a point with the lad.
Perhaps we could expose them both. Everybody knows he has a thing for her. Clearly.
I'm going to vote good for you. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to give you a thumbs up here.
Clearly, if she's a witch, then you'd be under her spell.
Do I vote too? Okay.
Yeah, you vote. But yeah, two
It
good.
is what two goods, yeah.
Yep,
Is what it is now. Yes, Andrew, I'll play along. I like it. You've always had great ideas.
I appreciate your recognizing, sir. But I must say that, well, though normally I'm the one to get my hands dirty, I'm afraid that you would be more respected. Your voice would be heard a little bit louder than the likes of me.
Very well. I'll prepare something.
I mean, surely it is in the interest of the town to expose such evil.
Well, of course. We'd be heroes. And perhaps, with that, I would be mayor someday.
You could only hurt the family name.
E.B. Putnam.
It could only hurt the Porter family name. And that scene ends. End of
Good
Act
job,
1.
Chuck.
All right. So this is what we do. We roll our dice that we've earned,
Okay.
I think.
Ooh. We got an 11 over here.
All right. So then, yeah, you look at your... if you
Minus
have more
one
than
from the
one
other.
color, you pick the highest one. Okay, so I have a 2.
I have an 11.
6.
6.
No, 5. Oh, no, they're the same color. Lucky.
All right. Why don't you two roll again?
Okay.
Because there's a first and second
Both?
flip. Yeah.
Ooh, box guys.
Yeah, it's going to go with J.
Double 5s and double 6s.
But you only get to choose one color. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So Jay and Swains will both roll for the tilt table. So you'd roll the dice in the middle, and you'd each use those numbers.
So we both roll it, or?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who rolls the dice in the middle. You both get the choices.
All right, where's the tilt table?
It's in the main rule book. And you do it the same way. You got to pick a category. But the thing is you each pick one category, and you each pick the detail of the other person's category using the dice.
Okay, so I'm going to choose mayhem. And then what do he chooses from mayhem?
No, well, yeah, or he could choose a category, and then either way.
Yeah, we each choose a category, right?
Yeah. And you each choose the detail of the other person's category.
Okay.
So we each choose a category.
Yeah.
So you need to choose a category and one thing from mayhem. Maybe read off the options.
As far as
Yeah, you only
got
have
mayhem, tragedy, innocence, guilt, paranoia, and failure.
So you only have dice of 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's no 1 and no 6.
All right, I will choose 3, which is a dangerous animal, perhaps metaphorical, gets loose.
And that's from mayhem?
Yeah, it's from mayhem.
All right, dangerous animal gets loose.
Pulled it out. That's a 3, I think.
Well, now he's got to pick a category, though. So
No, you pick because of the dice. You know what I mean? You got to take turns because he could end up taking a die that you would otherwise use.
Right.
Yeah, but then
It goes back and forth.
Then I don't get the pick from the category. That's what I want.
Oh, right.
Right,
So
so
you would
like-
have had to pick a category first.
That's
okay.
what I was trying to say, yeah.
Right. So then the 3's back on the table.
I'll pick number 4, which is guilt.
All right. So 4 and 3 are off the table,
So you pick a detail of guilt.
and I have pretty much either 2 or 5. Well, let's see. What's 3 in guilt? Somebody develops a conscience? Nah. I can't use that. So guilt,
That
2.
doesn't happen.
Betrayed by friends, or 5, someone panics. Ooh. I think I'm going to go with 5. Let's get some
Someone
panic
panics.
up in this bitch. So,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah.
Panic. You can't go wrong.
Dangerous animal, perhaps metaphorical, gets loose, and someone panics.
All right.
That's some good tilts.
That is the tilt. Let's find out what happens in Act 2 next time on the Natty 19 podcast.
Oh, that's it. We're out of here.
Fiasco edition.